So two of the biggest tragedies in the RCBI world were, first is the Panama. Now it's 300K for the same deal. It was $5,000, remember? And that's when a lot of people cashed in. And the people who kept waiting, thinking, well, is Panama safe, not safe, they lost out on that opportunity. With simple $5,000 deposit in the bank account, you could have availed the Panama permanent residency. That was a bomb. That was a gold mine. And a lot of people lucked out and a lot of people lost the opportunity. The second big tragedy was the Paraguay permanent residency by opening a bank account. Your money in your own bank account, you could withdraw it in a couple of days later and you could have obtained a permanent residency directly. And several people who took advantage of this, and a lot of influencers, including me, we kept talking about how these options disappear. So when they are really no-brainers, you better go get them. Of course, if you're looking for more plan Bs in your portfolio, because sooner rather than later, if it is a too good to be true deal, the government is going to take it away. The same thing happened with Turkey. 250K in a property. It was a no-brainer. You got it, you invested, you got a property. It only appreciated if you had bought it at that time. The government obviously was soon going to realize. They bumped it up to 400. Boom, the option was off the table for a lot of people. Now, even if you put 400, there's a big bureaucratic hurdle that you have to go through. And there's several situations where people do the 400K in property and some of them don't get the citizenship because it's never guaranteed, right? So all these great options go away. The good thing, there's still two other options which are equally good that are still available. So a lot of my clients are grabbing these opportunities while they still exist, and both are equally good options based on your situation. So I'm going to discuss both. The first one is through a minor donation. Right now, this is hidden, this is under the radar. A lot of rookies will jump up and down saying that, well, this is an unsafe country and who's going to go and live there and stuff like that. Now, that is the reason why this is a flexible, dateless, lifelong permanent residency with absolutely no physical presence required to maintain it. So if it was so unsafe, right? If it is so unsafe, why are you looking for a residency which has no physical presence? So use some brains when you comment and you're talking. Of course, you're not going to comment after listening to this, but the point is, this is the South African permanent residency and it's a one-time donation of 6,000. Now with the currency fluctuation is slightly less, is 6,300 something. For a lot of you guys watching, this is a nothing amount, absolutely a ridiculously low amount to get a lifelong dateless VIP permanent residency. Now, for a lot of you out of the ones watching, you could get this for next to free. This also is available through passive income, right? So if you show a passive income of 2,700, approximately 2,700 USD, you could gain the same benefit. There's an eligibility criteria for the kind of passive income, and at any point in time, right? So either you want to do the straight donation, get this permanent residency, or you want to get this for through the passive investment routing. Always click the link. We can discuss and get you started with this one. So, and the beauty, what I really like about this option is that you're not putting the investment up front. It's not like Turkey where you're buying the apartment and then applying for citizenship where you may or may not get it. Here, this is tied to the approval, right? So once you get the approval for the permanent residency, that is the time when you pay the 6,300 or whatever the donation is. And then once you pay the donation, then you land in South Africa, you activate your permanent residency certificate. And the other important thing here is that you can include your family members on this application. And this is one of those countries where you have the least physical presence in the world if you compare to some other options to get citizenship. And when I'm saying all of this, you're going to confirm this with our attorneys, right? This is not legal advice. I'm giving you my own assessment and information, but eventually you're going to confirm everything with the attorney. The attorney is going to walk you through every single step, start to finish. And we have some of the best attorneys in South Africa who get this done for our clients. The speed really depends upon which office you're selecting, how fast your attorney is, how well the documentation is drafted, and then it's really following up with immigration, having connections with the right channels, right, so that you can follow up and get feedback and get this expedited wherever possible. And that is what we specialize in. Now, once you get this residency, let's say you wait for that time, you do the fairly minimal physical presence to then apply for nationality, and then you can get the South African passport. Now, Elon Musk has the South African passport. Does he go and live in South Africa? Is he settled over there? No, he's living in the US, right? So he has South Africa, Canada, US. You could have multiple citizenships. You don't have to. It's not a compulsion that you have 5 citizenships. You have to live in every single of those 5 countries. No, you live in one country. Maybe you don't even have citizenship in the country that you live. So that is where a lot of my clients are looking at something like a South Africa. Okay, you get the Caribbean that has a separate reputation, but then you also get a South Africa to add richness to your portfolio. And let's say you're living in Oman. Oman, Qatar are 2 of the hot spots these days where people can get residency by simply purchasing a property, and helping a lot of our clients do just that, right? They're choosing Oman for a beautiful, safe, peaceful lifestyle where they feel good, they have a good life in that country. They get the passports from outside, right? Logically and legally done. And then obviously they can choose, or they can afford to choose their place of residency using that nationality, or using the list of nationalities that they acquire. So this is one of the critical permits that you need to act fast on if you really want to get into this program. Just sooner rather than later, the government realizes that, you know what, this is not making any sense. We created this years ago, and now people are flocking and trying to get in. Stop this, or change this to a golden visa. Make it 600K or something. So before that happens, this is a good option in my opinion. The second interesting permanent residency is in Mauritius. And in Mauritius, it's simply by opening a bank account. It's still available for a lot of you, right? So you open a business bank account in Mauritius, and our agency in Mauritius does the whole process for you, start to finish. So you're not running a pillar to post. It's all done for you. You're only going to travel once. You're going to pick up this permanent residency, right? So you open up a business bank account, deposit some funds, a nominal amount in that business bank account. It's your money, it stays with you, it's your own account. So you're not really investing, or you're not really donating this money, or there's no crazy fees to this, right? It's your account, you hold it, get the letter from the bank, you apply for the permanent residency. And it doesn't explicitly say permanent, but it is permanent as long as you want to keep renewing it. And you can eventually do your naturalization in Mauritius. But this is really good for people who want to open trust, or who want to protect their assets in an offshore jurisdiction, legally done, right? And Mauritius does have another option for retirees, and that's the passive option, where you don't even have to deposit or open up a business bank account. You can simply open up a personal savings account, and for that, monthly you got to deposit $1,500, which is a very nominal amount, and a lot of clients will just deposit the amount for the year, which is around 18K per year, and that takes care of all the requirements for Mauritius. So South Africa and Mauritius both are African permanent residency permits still available. So while the Latin ones are gone, taken away by those Latin governments because of high demand, right? So the reason why the Latin ones were gone is because their proximity to the West, to the US. A lot of Americans, a lot of Canadians wanted to get the backyard residency permit real quick, but now that's gone. But you still have the African ones, and I think the world has significantly changed and shifted. The dynamics have changed. A lot of people feel that those Latin countries closer to home are closer to the West. So if you're looking for a BRICS diversification option, of course you're not going to go to Russia. So where do you go? You go to somewhat of a neutral country. You're not going to go to China. You're absolutely not going to go to India. So out of the BRICS, where do you go? It's a common sense option, either Brazil or South Africa. Brazil life is tough. South Africa life is easy. And the reason why I'm saying life is easy in South Africa, because this is a flexible residency permit and you want hidden gems, or rather I should say gems in your pocket, which are flexible, dateless, lifelong permits. Panama offers that, and South Africa also offers that. At any point in time you want to get started, you can reach us. And if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, make sure to turn on the bell notification and subscribe so you don't miss out on important changes. I report them as they happen. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and catch you in the next one.